welcome to Health Life at Seniorstoday. Today we have a sponsored event by Ayushakti. Before we start up, I would like to introduce a doctor of the day, that is Dr. Sagar Prasad. He is a B.A.M.S. Mumbai, graduated from one of the top colleges of Ayurveda in India, that is R.A. Poddar Hospital, Worli, Mumbai. He is practicing at Ayushakti since last 2 years, seen more than 500 patients globally, expertise in Agni Karma, Vida Karma, and Marma therapy for pain management. And today's topic is actually very, very useful for everyone, not only for elderly, but this is for everyone. That is Ayurvedic approaches to managing common health issues in the elderly, that is constipation, joint pain, and sleeping disorders. So, I would like Doctor to please unmute yourself. Hello, doctor. Good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
How are you doing, doctor?
Yes, I'm good.
Yeah, Asmita, you can just share the screen. So till the time they are sharing the screen, this is for everyone. कुछ भी अगर आपको doubts है, anything related to constipation, sleeping disorders, or joint pains, anything, you can just put it in the chat, and doctor will love to give you the answers for the same. So please be ready if you have any issues, how to treat it well with Ayurveda. So yeah, Asmita, we have made the co-host, so you can just share the presentation.
Good
Yep.
evening, everyone. Namaskar, welcome, welcome. Okay, I'm so glad that we have you all on this auspicious day. Yesterday only we had Makar Sankranti celebrated as different festivals all over the India. It is, I think, Lohri in the Punjab, in the north south, Pongal, Uttarayan in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and it's start of a new year, start of a new beginning. So I appreciate everyone that is present, everyone whoever is present here, okay, with so much excitement for your own health. You have been so excited to learn all the ancient secrets that I am going to share you now. I appreciate everyone that you are so excited to live a vibrant health even in this age. Okay, I assure you that I am going to give you my 1000% my best so that you could discover all the ancient secrets of Ayurveda that we will be sharing with you today. So, today we are here not to learn anything new. So, basically, these are very simple home remedies that our grandmothers are already been using since many years. We are just going to have a refresh of it, just going to have a revision of it. Somewhere maybe we know all the home remedies, but somewhere, maybe because of time and these issues, we have forgotten to use them in our day-to-day life. Okay, so we are just going to do a brush up with them. As Ayurveda and Ayushakti believes, the most potent remedies and the most potent herbs, they come from our kitchen. Okay, so we are going to discuss all of them. In my 7 to 8 years of treating people with Ayurveda, I have seen many patients, many elderly patients, especially, that they start with common general complaints like constipation, bloating, gas problems, indigestion. This continues for many years and then leads them into maybe some arthritis, joint pains, and these conditions. Uh, these can be prevented at very early stages with some home remedies, with some herbal supplements, with some therapies, with some yoga, and some lifestyle modifications. But when we don't give enough attention to these things, they'll end up into surgeries, knee replacement, low back pain, and severe conditions. So we are going to discuss how we can uh, prevent it in an early stage. Okay, because Ayurveda believes that prevention is the first step to curing yourself. Okay, so yes, now I'll be sharing with you a story. This is about the great healer, the founder of Ayushakti, Dr. Pankaj Naram sir. So this happened to him when he, I think, roughly 15 years back. He came from his trip from UK. He was in London. He was so happy that he got to help so many patients. And when he came back to his home in Mumbai, the first thing he was excited to share all these great successes, all the number of patients he saw, all the relief that he gave to his mama, to his mother. But he was in shock that she didn't recognize him. The servant told that she was suffering from last 6 to 7 days from a condition of memory loss called as dementia, Alzheimer's, commonly known as. So he was very worried what to do for her in this age. He was very depressed that a person who is helping so many all over the globe, all over the world, how is he not able to help his own mother? So then he started with some home remedies for memory. There's a ashgard juice, the white pumpkin juice, some herbs, some therapies, some panchakarma. First 2 to 3 months, it was very less relief, no relief kind of a condition, but he was still continuing. Then in 6 to 7 months, then he could see some improvement. She was able to recognize the people at home. Was she was able to uh, keep their names in her memory. Then she was able to recognize all the food items, the grocery list, and then roughly in a period of 1.5 years, then she was again back to normal. So this was a story about the great healer Dr. Pankaj Naram and his mother. The same secrets that he used, we'll be going to share with you today. Okay, so we'll be starting with the first page that you can see: common joint pain, common constipation problem, memory and sleep disorders. These are very, very common conditions that we see in elderly people, people who are 40, 45 plus. These conditions start very commonly. So I have given my introduction. I'm Dr. Sagar Prasad, graduated from Podar Hospital, Mumbai, and working in Ayushakti since last 2 years. This is about our co-founder, Dr. Smita Pankajnaram Madam. She has been serving in Ayurveda since last 35 years, have have healed many, many chronic conditions, autoimmune conditions, patients with bad arthritis, uncontrolled diabetes, and many such conditions that you can see. So, what is Ayurveda? Roughly, many of us know Ayurveda is the use of some herbs. It's an ancient science. Okay, this is the science that has come from India and is now again serving India. The next thing that we'll be learning, this is a Sanskrit shlok. You don't have to worry about this. Just to understand how the Vata dosh, basically the air element, is more prominent when we age up, when our age has increased. So there's a shlok of Vayo Ahoratri Bhuktana Te Ante Madhya Adiga Krama. This says there are three doshas in the body. Vata is the air element, Pitta is the fire element, and Kapha is the water element. So the air element increases when you cross the age of 40, 45. So Kapha is more when we are young. In the mid age, there is Pitta, and in the senior ages, there is Vata. Vata is basically the dryness, the air. Okay. So what happens when air increases as per age? So these are the places where all the three dosha reside. Air increases in your colon, in your gut. So here all the places are mentioned in your colon, in your joints, the hips, the bones, the bone marrow. So these are the places where the air increases. So what happens when this air increases so much that it becomes uncontrolled? It gives pain to your bones and joints. It causes you dry stools, dry colon, constipation, bloating problems. If the air is more, it causes your bone marrow to shrink a little. This causes memory loss. This causes the nerves to get a little depleted. So this causes you the sleep problems. Okay. So this is the basic logic why in elderly people you face all these conditions more prominently. So I have one of my patients who was suffering from all these conditions. She is here with us and she is ready to share her success story. I think, Beena ji, you're here. If you could please unmute yourself.
Yes, I'm here. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah. If you could
Yeah.
share something about you.
Uh, About I had this I think since almost 18 months, I'm quite regular visiting Ayushakti, Dr. Sagar. And when I started about 18 months or might be more, I was quite weak. And 3 years back or something, while driving, I had lost for a second. I lost my conscious and I had met with the accident. And since then, like I was told I might be having an neurological problem, that is the blood supply might be a little weak. But I didn't went for further investigation. I was quite weak. My hypertension used to fluctuate. My BP used to fluctuate almost 150 by 110, and extremely weak with a little bit of I won't say memory loss, but yes, I had to struggle sometimes. It was not totally, but I used to forget certain things, and physically I was extremely exhausted and weak. So when I started, Dr. Sagar started a very systematic approach. I had my constipations too, and that time my bone density was extremely low, minus 2.7. I had a spine related issue. I had a knee problems and yeah, exhausted, extreme weakness. Systematic treatment of detox and certain, I don't know, as per Sagar, whatever. But I followed him very regular. And whatever panchakarmas or whatever the treatment was suggested, I think I must have taken at least 90 treatments. And I'm still continuing with it. Initial days, like I was extremely normal. I was diagnosed as osteoporosis about 2 years back, 6 months before I met Dr. Sagar. That time I was at Australia. And at Australia, they said that you have to go back here to start your osteoporosis treatment, because in allopathy, the osteoporosis treatment has some side effects. And so it is better that you go back to your country and you start. But when I came back, I did not wanted to start osteoporosis treatment when I heard about the side effects, and I happened to cross the Ayushakti center. So I just entered it, and it was a Sunday. I met Dr. Sagar. I had been to the Ayushakti center, Khar West. Before that, my friend had suggested, but I had neglected a little bit, and then, but I happened to be there. I started with the treatment, and I had a good, like within 3 4 months, my energy improved. My hypertension was coming under control, and yes, like now the treatment, the systematic treatment of strengthening the bones also doctor started for about 9 weeks, which I found it very good. At present also he is working to strengthen my bones. See, if I would have started osteoporosis, it had side effects. And somebody is saying they can't hear you. Is it so?
I think we can hear you.
Okay,
Audible.
yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah. So it had many side effects. The first side effect, they said that I might have a cardiac problems. So hearing, I was a little hesitant. And the systematic approach, now I'm driving last Sunday, like that is the 12th of Jan. After a long time from here to Gateway of India, I do the car. And the strength in my bones now, even the knees pain is stopped. And knee pain, I had it before in the early 20s also. So this is something like we carry with you. 40 years later, we recognized we have a problem. And I'm 60 now. So everybody has to, when you're younger or something, we relate that to age associated problems. But I don't think, like, there are certain lifestyle. My lifestyle was not at all good. I used to have a lot of coke. Coke was the thing which right from young age I used to have it. So this is the way we deteriorate our system. And so it took me about 18 months or so to build it up, but the building has taken place in a very systematic, smooth way. And at present my energy is very good and my memories also has improved. So it's not that now I don't have to struggle, like, because when I entered this system of treatment, I was 58 years. So, and I have started driving again. There was not much of a gap, but there was a gap about 6, 7 months or so, or more. But I'm happy to regain my strength. Thank you, doctor.
Yeah, Binaji, thank you so much. And do you want to mention how we control your blood pressure just by stopping you eating chips? We did nothing, just we stopped you eating very salty chips that you were eating on a regular
Yeah,
basis. Yeah, yeah,
yeah. See, as I mentioned, I told when I was ki I'm not following 100% diet. I used to follow 70% diet, but chips is something I could not control it. Potato chips was my weakness. And it did lead to, my BP used to, in mid of night, then I used to say, oh, yesterday I ate and I used to eat a complete packet of 250 grams. 250
yes,
gram is a big thing. And at one
yes,
time I used to eat it. And so this is a lifestyle I used to follow. And when I was a little better, I used to go back to my lifestyle. And chips is something which I really could not hold. And then doctor had given me substitute for that, but it took me about more than 6 months to go for the substitute. And for the chips, then he started me with one medicine at some oil-based medicine. And that time I found, that time the first thing I told doctor, even if I mean, I should not say that, but my blood pressure is maintained. So, but I'm controlling on my diet. Everyone should do that. But even if somewhere I happen to eat a little bit salt, initially a little bit of salt, won't believe me. One day I'd only tested salt, like when I had come from abroad. Like I don't know why I did that, but I thought that, and there was a fluctuation in my BP. I could feel my BP rising. So this is how the salt used to affect me. But since I'm taking that medication oil base, my BP is also very much in control. And
yeah,
and a little bit of salt I can manage.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Binaji. The medicine that we'll be discussing, it's a common castor oil based content, so we'll discuss what it was. Okay. Yeah. So this was about Binaji, how 50% of her diet and lifestyle changes helped her, and 50% of the Ayurveda therapies that helped her to gain a good health back. Okay, so we'll continue with our uh, the physical ailments that normally are seen are joint pain, arthritis, osteoporosis conditions, and muscle weakness encountered in old age people, elderly people, and digestive problems. The most common digestive problem is a constipation, a lot of dry stool, pain while passing the stools, not getting the stools at proper times. So this everything causes you irritation. Okay. The next are, now we had discussed with the physical issues. Now the mental health issues related to the brain, related to the nerves, memory problems, Alzheimer's, lot of stress, depression, loss of memory, a bad sleep, insomnia type of a condition where you don't get proper sleep, a sound sleep. So we'll be discussing in detail about each of the conditions now. Bone and joint pain, very common condition that we encounter in elderly people. So what we can do at our home to control it, to prevent it from increasing. So Vaka oil, the same that Binaji was mentioning, or a castor oil that is readily available nearby at any medical store, any Ayurvedic store. So this castor oil, 1 teaspoon with 2 pinches of ginger powder, dry ginger powder, at night with lukewarm water. Okay, this helps to lubricate the bones and joints. This is a very good and simple home remedy. Or Parijat leaves. Parijat is a plant, a tree found in India. Parijat leaves, 8 to 10 leaves, boil in 1 liter of water, reduce it, boil it, and reduce it to half, and strain and drink once a day. Parijat leaves, some people who have a chronic acidity problem, they can take either less leaves or they can avoid it and continue only with the castor oil. Okay, so these both are the home remedies that help in joint pain. Now, the dietary recommendations, what you should eat, focusing more, that will help you to reduce the arthritis and joint conditions. Eating warm food, okay, not eating stale food in these foods, refrigerated stale foods. Eating warm, light foods that are easily digestible, like moong dal, or vegetables. Calcium-rich foods that are easily available with us. Sesame seeds, that is til, okay, til, and drumstick, and ragi millet. What we should be avoiding when we have a Vata condition, joint pain, arthritis, we will be avoiding excessive cold and excessive oily foods. Okay, excessive chilled foods, cold foods, as Bina ji mentioned, she was having a lot of cold drinks. These foods, sour foods, they cause inflammation of the joints. Anything that is khatta, that is sour, either dahi, that is yogurt, either a lot of lemon, lot of pickles. These are inflammatory for the bones and joints. Very high sugary foods, things that have very high sugar, wheat and maida. Gluten and maida we have seen many patients of bloating, constipation. Potato also is very heavy to digest, very gassy. Okay, and highly fried foods, fast foods, fry foods, they also are not good for your bone health. Okay, sometimes if you eat them, it is fine, but not to have them on a regular basis. The lifestyle that we need to follow is light exercises, not very severe exercises or gym, but even light exercises will work. Yoga, stretching, basic meditation, pranayama. Expose yourself to sunlight. Okay, the morning sunlight before 8:30 gives us the natural vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important for the calcium absorption in your body. And Abhyanga, that is the oil massage. You can do regular oiling of your joints, bones, of your low back, of your neck, of your knee joints. Okay, at home. Basic oils like til oil, that is the sesame oil, coconut oil. These basic oils will help lubricate your joints externally. Common, easiest asana, even in this age, if possible for you, you can do it. The Bhujangasana helps you relax your low back, helps relax the knees, the shoulders, if possible. There is some marma points. Marma basically means some energy points in the body. Okay, so we do these marma treatments regularly at our clinic. We guide patients to do this at our home. So this is a very common marma called as the Janu marma. Janu in Sanskrit means knee, both the knees. So you can press with these points behind the knee. This helps you relieve the pain. We'll be doing one marma that I'll be showing you, very simple. Later, I'll be showing you that we'll be doing now. And yeah, the next is the digestive system. The very common complaint that we discussed about was constipation. Okay, so how we can manage constipation? Very similar. Previous we discussed was castor oil, but with dry ginger powder that was helping in bones and joints. Here you can just take simple castor oil with warm water. Okay, nothing to be added. At bedtime, this helps you get good bowels, good motions. The next is black raisins. Soak a tablespoon of black raisins in water overnight and consume it in the morning with warm water. Okay. This also helps lubricate the gut and give you good motions. Dietary recommendations, what we should be having more. We should have warm food We should have more of a cow's ghee. Cow's ghee is a natural lubricant to your gut, helps you relieve constipation. You should have more and more vegetables, as mentioned here, squashy vegetables, and more mung dal. Okay, these are high fiber foods. They help you to clear up the motions very good. What to avoid is to avoid excessively heavy cold foods, excessive bakery products. Bakery products, they stick into your gut and they will cause you constipation. So avoid bakery products and very heavy to digest foods, very high oily foods. Which asana, which yoga will help you in this condition? A common asana called as the Vajrasana. After you eat, okay, after you have your meals, 10-15 minutes post that, you can sit for a Vajrasana. This will help you in good digestion, help you in clearing of the bowels properly. This marma that we'll be doing now, okay, the Kshipra marma, these are some points in your hand. So your hand, you can just take it like this and pressing this point exactly here between the index and the thumb. So this, when you press it 6 times, okay, pressing this 6 times will help you to boost up your circulation to the gut. This will help you in good digestion. Okay, this point has also been proven very good in patients having diabetes. So good for your insulin secretions. So this easy murmur that you can do for your digestion constipation problem. Now the next thing, the last thing is the memory and sleep problem that is encountered very commonly in elderly people. They don't get good sleep, no sound sleep. This causes irritation for the next day. A very simple, very common home remedy. Everyone knows. We are just revising it. Golden milk, haldi ka doodh, very commonly known in India. Okay, 2 pinch of turmeric, half a glass of milk, half a glass of water. You can boil it up. Okay, this makes the milk a little lighter. Okay, instead of taking a full glass of milk at night, sometimes it may cause you bloating. You can take half a glass of milk, half a glass of water, boil it up, put 2 pinch of turmeric, put a little jaggery. That is optional in people with diabetes. We can avoid it. Okay, a little jaggery, nutmeg. That is the jaifal. A little jaifal that you can add only a little, only a pinch of jaifal and a pinch of cardamom. That is the choti ilaichi, the ilaichi powder. This everything will make the golden milk recipe. This jaifal, this haldi, these are natural and potent sleep inducing herbs that will help you with a good sleep. Okay, yeah. The dietary recommendations, almonds are nourishing for the brain cells. Saffron, very good for your brain. But saffron, people having hyperacidity problems and a lot of heat, you can avoid saffron, not a compulsion. Almonds, you can take 3 to 4 soaked almonds is safe mostly for everyone. And cow's ghee. Cow's ghee is considered as medhya. Medhya is a Sanskrit term which means medhya means something that increases your memory power, something that is good for your brain. So cow's ghee, eating regular cow's ghee is absolutely safe, doesn't increases your cholesterol levels because this is a good fat. Which asana? The very basic shavasana. You can go into a shavasana position and meditate, focus on your breathing. This relaxes your mind, calms your mind. Okay, helps with a good sleep. Marma, the points that will help you. You can take ghee in both of your hands, both your fingers, or anyone else can do this for you at home. Apply ghee on your temples. This region is your temple region. Okay, apply ghee and do gentle massage. Okay, with this ghee. This will relax your shankha marma. This helps you in relieving stress, relieving high blood pressure. It calms your mind and it aids into a good sleep. It will give you a good sleep. Okay. Also, massaging your calf muscles. This is an additional one. You just have a little oil, massage your calf muscles. Even that thing gives you a good sleep. What's the healing pathway that we follow in Ayushakti? There's the diet that we discussed, there's the lifestyle that we discussed. Okay, the very common anti-inflammatory diet is the mung and vegetable diet. Okay, mung dal, very light to digest. It's a good source of protein. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. It has an anti-inflammatory content. It helps you burn down the bad fat. Okay, and vegetables are a good source of fiber, good source of minerals. So very light food to digest, even in conditions of indigestion, constipation. This is a diet that will help you always. Okay, so this is a detox type of a diet called as a mung and vegetable diet. Eating more of them will help you in a longer term. Shodhana basically means the cleansing of the body in chronic conditions and conditions where we require some therapies. So this is a picture of Shirodhara that you can see here. Helps in sleep problems, stress, hypertension, anxiety disorders. So these are some therapies that Ayurveda helps you with. And Shodhana basically means some therapies that eliminates the toxins from your body. So removing all the toxins, we do some procedures like Vaman, some enemas that is Bhakti, Virechana that is the loose motions, and Vamana that is the emesis, the medicated vomiting that we do. These all things remove all the toxins from your body, restore the body, and renew it for a longer term. Shamana basically means conditions where maybe if the patient is not able to continue with the, or maybe not able to come to any nearby center for his chronic complaints, for his painful conditions, for a detox, maybe he can start with a herbal supplementation, some herbs that could help in his day-to-day complaints. Okay, so yeah, this was about all the very common complaints in geriatric patients and patients who are elderly. Anyone has to ask anything, anyone has to share anything, anything you can share, anything you can ask, any doubts you have.
Okay, so that was a lovely presentation. I think so. There are many questions which already doctor has given the answer with his
Yeah,
amazing presentation. But still, we have some queries, so we'll just you can just put it in the chat box if anyone has any of the questions. So about the sleeping problem, it's been done. So the major thing which I can see is shoulder fracture pain. So now, Kiran ma'am, is it a hairline fracture or else a proper fracture? So I think so. She has got a fracture on her hand. We recently saw her. So what can she do for that pain?
yeah. So for a fracture, basically, initially, maybe she could be on some calcium supplements for the fracture. Even with Ayurveda, even with the home remedies, the drumstick home remedy and the sesame seeds, this will give her the natural calcium. The first thing, the dietary requirement of calcium she will be getting. Okay. If she has a fracture, initially we don't do any therapies on it. We let it heal. We let the part heal. If maybe she has gone with some surgeries or anything, we let it heal first. And then for the maintenance part, when all the implants are removed or maybe the all the procedure is done, maybe after 1 or 2 months, then we start with some maintenance therapy. There is a treatment of shoulder dhara. We give some herbs for it. We give some other lifestyle modification, some physiotherapy that she would be recommended on to. So then we work onto the maintenance part. Yeah,
Awesome. Awesome. So once Kiran ma'am, your shoulder is properly healed, then after that post,
yeah,
they can heal you. Moving on next, we have how to manage autoimmune disease with Ayurveda.
yeah. So autoimmune is basically a condition where your immunity of your body. Okay, these are soldiers of your body that are meant to attack the bacteria and viruses. So these soldiers attack, instead attacking them, they attack you. So this is the autoimmune condition. Okay, your body cells, your white blood cells, your immunity will attack your own cells. Okay, many autoimmune conditions like psoriasis is a skin condition where your immunity attacks your skin. Rheumatoid arthritis attacks your joints and bones. Okay, so autoimmune conditions are chronic conditions, you have to be very strict onto with your diet. So this is a very general term, which exact autoimmune conditions you have accordingly we can discuss maybe onto that. Okay, a good diet, a good lifestyle is needed, some support of the herbs. Okay, so all these things are required to manage it. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, doctor. Moving on next, we have many knee issues, but we are just taking one that is knee joint pain with swelling
Mhm.
on both the knees. Please
Okay.
suggest.
Okay. So if you have swelling on both the knees, means it has inflammation. There are some kind of an inflammation there. Okay. So inflammatory joint pain conditions start with maybe a uric acid condition also. So we might have to see your reports also if the uric acid is high, or if in case you have a autoimmune condition called rheumatoid arthritis. There also we have seen a lot of swelling. Okay. And the very common condition of osteoarthritis. So there are many different conditions where your knee might be swollen. So we have to check with that. But yes, you can start with the anti-inflammatory diet, the mung and vegetable diet at home. Okay. The castor oil with the dry ginger powder. So these things will give you a little bit of a relief, and then maybe for the further thing, yeah, you can ask us anytime. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So we have given the email ID and the number below in the chat box. You can contact them anytime. Now moving on next, we have is for Alzheimer. Is there any home remedy or diet or else marma points for
Yeah.
Alzheimer?
So for Alzheimer's, the basic and the very best home remedy is ashgard juice. Ashgard is the white pumpkin. Okay, the sweet that we make, the petha is normally, we know the petha, right? So
Mm.
that petha is made up of white pumpkin. So that white pumpkin, raw white pumpkin that is available in the market, that we use to prepare some vegetables, the juice of it, the raw juice, 1 glass of a juice every day early morning. This will help a lot in memory problems, Alzheimer's. White pumpkin juice.
Okay, so thank
Yeah.
you. Moving on next, Mohan Sahani sir asked if we have a in Delhi if you have a branch. So Asmita has given that we have one clinic
Yeah.
in Noida and soon we are opening a clinic in Delhi. For more information, please email us on info@ayushakti.com. So this is for everyone. If you have any queries, you can just mail them anytime and they will surely they will guide you. Okay, so we'll move ahead. Okay, what's the next one? Okay. There are some murmur points doctor has already shown. I get blood clot marks, which go away in some days. What is the reason and remedy for that? So this is
Okay. So
Ranjana Kiran ma'am is asking.
okay, so we have to check also with the blood test. There are many blood tests of like the blood VTCT and PTNL, many blood tests that we have to also see in this condition. If she's on a blood thinner, if maybe she's on a blood thinner, she might get this condition. Okay. So
Okay.
many conditions that we have to see. Yeah.
Okay. Diet recommended for joint pains is okay. Do's and don'ts for hypothyroidism condition 2.
Yeah.
So for they asking for arthritis plus hypothyroidism, is there any diet and any
Yeah.
do's and don'ts for that?
Yeah. So as for the arthritis, as we mentioned, avoid sour foods, anything that is khatta, lemon, yogurt, and these things. Anything that is inflammatory, that is fermented foods to be avoided. Okay. Anything that is very high in inflammation, just like nuts. So the nut that is very high in inflammation is peanuts. Okay, the shingdana that we know. Okay, so these some of these diets to be avoided, some of these foods to be avoided in joint pain conditions. Also, we have seen some patients who have a lot of indigestion with milk also. So this milk will also, maybe if it doesn't suits with you, this will cause you the joint pain. Now, going on to with the hypothyroidism. In hypothyroidism, your metabolism is very slow. Your body, even if you eat less, your body gains a lot. The body swells a lot. Okay, there's a lot of water retention in your body. So, food that is very heavy to digest, non-vegetarian foods, a lot of milk products, bakery products, you should be avoiding them to avoid your body to gain more. Okay, and some common vegetables that we know that we should be avoiding is cauliflower, the gobi, the cabbage, that is the patta gobi, broccoli, and these food items that increase the condition of hypothyroidism. So these to be avoided.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Moving on next, this question is by Sushma Agarwal ji. She is saying, मेरे पेट में जलन रहती है, कोई गर्म चीज सूट नहीं करती है, मुझे क्या लेना चाहिए?
Okay. I think the home remedy is being shared in the chat box itself. The CCFT, I'll just repeat it again. Okay, the CCF, that is the cumin, that is the jeera, coriander, the dhania, and the F, that is the fennel, the variali. It is called variali, body soap, the soft basically. Okay, so one teaspoon of each. You boil it in 1 liter of water, reduce it a little, and then when it cools down, you can drink this water sip by sip. This helps you with hyperacidity, burning sensations. And yes, you should also avoid food that is very spicy in nature to avoid the cause of the burning. Okay, very high spicy foods, food that is high in masala, food that is very difficult to digest, non-veg foods, and these things.
Okay, thank you. Next is by Uma ma'am. She is asking, knee cushions menses are broken without surgery. Any cure
Mm.
is there, or we need to do a surgery for that?
Yeah, so we need to see the grade of the meniscus tear. There is a half meniscus, full meniscus tear. So we need to see also the age, also the weight of the patient, and accordingly we can decide if something can be done to help her. Yes.
Okay. What to do with frozen shoulder? My sister is 72 years old and is suffering from this problem.
Okay. Frozen shoulder condition is where your shoulder, the movements are restricted, the mobility is reduced. Very common condition seen with patients having diabetes. Okay. So if the patient, we don't know if the patient has diabetes, we need to first control with her diabetes so the swelling goes down. And yes, then we can start with some therapies, some home remedies, some herbs, and some detox programs that will help her to increase the mobility of the shoulder. Yes.
Great. Is there any Ayurvedic remedy for IBS?
Yes. So this IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, is an autoimmune condition, the same as we discussed. This attacks your gut. Okay, your gut. There is a lot of constipation some days, some days there is a lot of bloatedness, loose motions also. There's a lot of griping pain in your gut. Okay, this is very commonly linked to stress. Okay, patients having chronic stress, irregular lifestyle, irregular food. So they land up into this condition of IBS. Yes, we have a good and definite solution for IBS, but it takes a span of 1 to 1.5, 2 years to get it back on track because this is a very chronic condition. So we need a good diet from the patient, and yeah, we can definitely help. Yeah.
Next is any home remedy or solution for varicose?
Okay, so varicose is where your veins in the calf region, most prominently your calf region, thigh region, they swell up. So the basic asana is where you put your legs up. Okay, so that will bring the circulation again back to the heart. This will help you. This asana will help you. Massaging your calf muscles down to upwards. Okay, you massage it down to upwards, the calf muscles. So this will help you to push the stagnant blood back towards the heart. Okay, so these are some remedies that you can start at home. And yes, for for the treatment, yes, you definitely can contact. Yeah.
Any medicine for lipoma on body, legs, and hands?
Hmm. So lipoma is conditions where we call it charbie, basically the lipids. Okay, so there are lumps of these lipids that have been placed into your body. Okay, no problem as such, no pain. Okay, but still doesn't looks good. Okay, cosmetically it doesn't looks good. So we have to see the size of the lipomas, how many of them they are, since how many years they are, and accordingly we can see. But it takes time. It takes a time period of 1 to 2 years, depending upon the size. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. And there are many questions, which is almost
Yeah.
everything same actually.
Yes, yes,
So,
yes.
and doctor
I'm seeing
presentation
that.
was
Yeah.
amazing. You all can see it on a YouTube channel. You can see still there are more than 1,500 people watching us on YouTube, and we have a good number of 200 and around 80 people were there. So thanks a lot, doctor, for this lovely presentation, and it was very useful. And I'll repeat again, please call for free consultation, Nadi Pariksha, or online consultation and exclusive offers. Call on 1800 266 3001, or else you can email them on at the rate info@ayushakti.com. It's there in the chat box. You can please do contact them, get the free consultation, and if you're staying nearby their centers, please do go and visit them, and it's very useful. Thanks a lot, doctor, once again, and thanks a lot, Ayushakti, for the sponsored event, and to the whole team of Ayushakti. Thank you, Dr. Sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for your lovely time. Okay. Thank you
Thank
so much. Yeah. Take
thank you.
care. Yeah.
Take care. Bye.